What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Superman 2025, so let's get into it. So to start off, let's talk about the character of Superman. I really like this version of Superman. I think that David Cornsweet does a great job in the role. You know, what he really does great in this movie is he really just embodies hope. You know, there's hope for every single person that lives in Metropolis because they know that Superman is gonna save him. And I just really love this version of Superman because he does every single thing he can to try to save as many people as he can. And I just really like this direction that they went in the character, and I think David Cornsweet does a great job in the role. So the next up is Lois Lane. I really like Lois Lane in this movie, especially in that interview scene with Superman. She's like asking him, you know, like, why did she save people? And I just love Superman's, you know, response, and it just shows that he's like, you know, it's the right thing to do, and, you know, it just shows that, you know, he tries so hard to save everybody. I really love that scene between those two. Along with that, I like the scene with the Justice Gang, and she's asking, you know, where is Superman? It's a pretty funny scene, and I like seeing all of them. And lastly, I just like Lois Lane because I like seeing her at her job, although we don't get a ton of that in this movie. But overall, I think Lois Lane is pretty good in this film, although we don't get to see a ton of her and Clark Kent together. I just think she's played pretty well in this. So let's talk about the Justice Gang. So these are a group of superheroes including Superman, Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific, and Green Lantern. Hawkgirl is fine. She's a fine character. We don't get to know a lot about her in the movie, but she does stop a war that's going on. So, you know, that's awesome, and I like her for that. No, but seriously, we don't learn a lot about her, but like I said, I like her. Mr. Terrific has a great action sequence where he's like beating people up, but he's not doing anything because he has these spheres that he uses. That's an awesome sequence in this movie. And then we have Green Lantern, who's just funny, but again, he's there and he's stopping a war. So I like all these characters in this movie. So let's talk about the other characters in this movie. Lex Luthor. Now, people are going to hate Lex Luthor because he obviously does not like Superman. But at the very end of the movie, it's kind of funny when Crypto the dog's just like absolutely chewing him up. That's cool because nobody likes Lex Luthor. Next, we have Ma and Pa Kent. You know, Superman goes over there for like one scene, and it's really important because, you know, fun fact, he was actually sent on this earth, you know, to like conquer it and not be, you know, a person who just symbolizes hope. And so I really like the scene because he's just embracing his human self, although obviously he's not a human and he's from another planet. Really love that scene. And overall, I just really love this movie in general.